business.
Exactly.
You gotta take care of your herd, like Abraham. Like when you have cattle, that's a business.
Yeah.
You could sell that shit, man. You can breed them, you can make more. That's your livelihood right there.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta take care, as a shepherd takes care of his flock. You gotta keep feeding them to get more, so you can get more customers, make more money. You know, become rich, take care of your family. You know, but these guys, they're abandoning the Lord's sheep. All right. So you know that's not good.
And that's why I don't cut you too, brother. And that's why it says in John 10, it says you have certain guys out there that are that caring not for the sheep. Okay, because they were They were by their hirelings, and that's why they were teaching. So the way you know a true prophet of the Lord is when he's actually doing everything to the best of his ability. And what the Bible tells us to do is, if you notice, you met us on the street. Okay, you didn't meet us in the church. You met us on the street. You know, because the Bible told us to go on the highways and the byways, which is the street. Okay, that's in the book of Luke 14, and I believe it's 23. The scripture it says, what is it? Go ye out into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in to his house. So that's what we're doing right now. All right, and it also says in Acts 7 and 48, it says, I'm going to get back to the
You know, I like that scripture.
Right? Acts 7 and verse 48, it says, the Lord dwelleth not in temples made with hands, man.
That's right.
So he's dwelling with the men in the highways, not inside some old church where you can sit down and you know, people are cozy and the pastor himself, he can brag about, you know, his watch and his shoes and his suit or whatever. It's okay. So yeah, brother, just one more scripture. Give me Acts 7 and 48.
He's right, because they're exalting themselves, man.
Yeah.
Through wickedness, man.
Come.
That's how you know the Lord, when he took us out in the Middle Ages, he was justified.
Right. Because Jake was flaunting himself.
Yeah, they were being wicked, man. Yeah. Like William of Orange, man. I'm telling you.
He always goes into the Middle Ages, man. But we're gonna deal with that real soon, though, man. We're gonna go into that. Go on.
Acts chapter 7 verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
You're going.
As saith the prophet, heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool.
Exactly. Go on.
What house will ye build me?
Right. What house will you contain him? You can't contain the Lord in one house, man. The Most High is so. His presence is so above and beyond that you can't contain that. It's all around. Okay? And that's why it tells us in the book of Proverbs, it says that wisdom cried and she uttered her voice in the streets. So whoever's got the wisdom, what are they going to do, brother?
Right in the streets.
They're going to be out in the street to utter his wisdom to understand it and fulfill that script. Go on. Somebody go give me that too, then I'm going to give it back to you.
Saith the Lord, or what is the place of my rest?
Right. So this whole earth, man, it's you know, I mean, Salakia, the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shah including, it's all over, man. This whole universe. The Most High is omnipotent. So you can't contain the Most High in some church. All right? But the point I'm making is just that the way we're doing it is more on a biblical scale. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
And that's why, it's like, that's why you got to come in, you know, you got to come out to camp every week, man. Alright? Do you ever think, every single week, videos, whatever? But this is a serious thing, man.
It's an investment. It's business. It's business. In heaven. It's business. Like, you know, when you put down a deposit, it's something that you really want. You don't have the money right now to get it, but you put little deposits here and there until you finally get it, until you can pay off the whole thing. That's what we're doing right now. We're putting down. With Bow's coming out here, we're putting a deposit. Every time you put out a video, that's a deposit. Every time you pray, that's a deposit. Every time you show brother charity, that's a deposit for you being delivered, man. All right? Because the Most High is making a record of these things.
Well said.
This is Titus 2 verse 11. For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men. All right? The grace that bringeth salvation is this gospel. And it's appearing, all right, to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. All right, this present world, because there's one to come. All right, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity.
And that's one of the key things that you have to understand. Yahweh Shai gave himself unto us, man. That's why he went on that cross. He didn't go on that cross for nothing. So guess what? We got at least do our part. And doing our part is, like the brother said, being charitable and investing in as much as you can according to the truth, man. And the way, like the brother said, the way you invest in the truth is putting in that work. You know what I mean? Because there's times where brothers have to get, what is it, man? A Buddha, okay? And what I mean by that is, you have to tell certain brothers to get on their videos. But, the spirit should be on you to not be told that. You should already be on a level to where you ain't got to be told to be doing videos, because you should supposed to be driven in the spirit. All right? Because we got to do our part, man. The Most High blesses with this knowledge and understanding, something that the world can't even get access to. Even if they wanted to, by their own will, they couldn't do it. Yeah. So we got to count this truth worthy and count ourselves worthy to do it. You know what I mean? I know that, we're down in the flesh, and, certain brothers may say, well, we ain't shit. But you got to look at it from, you got to also be balanced as well, because maybe we ain't just a piece of shit. Because the Most High chose us. You know what I mean? But we say that just to again, show humility. But we got to count ourselves worthy to a certain degree,
Right.
And it's truth mainly.
Right. It says, verse 14, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us.
That he might redeem us, buy us back out of bondage. Because see, we're under a bond right now. So the Most High, he's going to send his son out to buy us out of bond, buy us out of the bond. Like, for example, those musicians, when they go into the music business, what do they have to sign? A contract. And that contract is a bond. So you have to fulfill that bond. Let's say you sign a contract. The contract could either be you got to stay within that, you got to do like 3 albums. Okay? And it might take 3 or 4 years to make 3 albums. Once you fulfill that contract, then you're free from the contract. That's right. So there's a certain particular time that we're going to be under this contract in terms of us being in bondage for, and then once that time is fulfilled, Yahweh Shai is going to come through and buy us back out of bondage. Right. That's what the word redeem means. The word redeem is to buy back. So we're going to be brought out of the bondage. Go on, brother. Or out of bondage, let me say that. Go ahead.
Redeem us from all iniquity.
Right, redeem us also from all iniquity, sin, our transgressions. It's really, we all sinned, man. We all fell short of the glory. This is why we're resorting to being in a lower state right now. And these heathens are looking at us like we crazy. Like we're the silly ones, you know what I mean? But that's all going to change, because the Most High is going to deliver us from our transgressions and also these bodies that our spirits are inhabited of. Okay? And once that happens, we're going to be changed into immortality. And immortality means just that, not die. So we're going to live forever. Okay? And furthermore to more, we're going to have the laws in our inward parts, which is also going to make us obviously more of a lively people. Okay? And we're going to invigorate life on the planet.
Right now, you can't get that, man, because everyone's worshipping different gods. But the Lord is showing you an example of what not to do when ruling a kingdom, man. This man is adverse. He's the adversary to the Heavenly Father. Everything the Heavenly Father says to do, they do the opposite, man. You got any more?
All right, thanks, sir.
Oh, see. Yeah, so at the end of the day,
I didn't even
Salaka. Did you have anything?
Yeah, so Salaka.
It's cool in there.
Yeah, reading on. Redeem us from all iniquity.
Salaka. pull it again.
Yes, sir. Titus chapter 2, verse 14. Who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. Okay? These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. So, yeah, you speak.
You can break it up.
It says basically, as you know, and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. So the churches can't get round that. It says, purify unto himself a peculiar people. Now, if you go into the Old Testament, it tells you that the peculiar people are who? Israelites. Okay. I think it's in Leviticus 14 or Deuteronomy 14. You know that we're most peculiar people above all people. Okay, so the Lord is purifying the house of Jacob. The Most High, He gave, it says He made us discontinue from our heritage.
So, what scripture was that?
Titus chapter 2, verse 14. You can read up a couple verses because you can go into it.
What? Make sure that he,
Yeah. And purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. So meaning the Most High will put the Spirit upon us to perform these works that we're doing right now. Okay? So the Lord is beginning with His elect. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, read up.
2 Corinthians 4 and 13, it says, we having the same spirit of faith.
John 14 and 12.
We having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore I have spoken. We also believe, and therefore speak. Knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushua shall raise up us also by Yahushua.
Hey, bro, you gotta learn how to read louder than that, man. I know you can read louder than that.
Put me off. I start again.
Give it all you got, man.
Right, 2 Corinthians 4 and 13 says, we having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore I have spoken. We also believe and therefore speak, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushua shall raise up us also by Yahushua, and shall present us with you. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many rebound to the glory of Yahweh, for which cause we faint not, but through our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Oh, man. Eternal rulership, that's what we want, man. Who wouldn't want to be a ruler? But our people, they're slave-minded. So if the white man can't come into the kingdom as an equal, they don't do it. Simple as that. Yeah. Got any more?
That's it.
That's it, man. Try to get Matthew 5 and 19. Right? Because that's what we have to do, the time we're in. Ephesians 5 and 15. So the time we're in, we have to make sure we use our time wisely, man. It's like, scrap that one.
Matthew 5 and 19.
Yep.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments,
Yep.
and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
And this is read it again, man. This is in the New Testament, man.
Matthew 5 and 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
All those IUIC guys, they're gonna be least in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because they keep talking about the law. They got lineups. They got what's it called? They've got dreadlocks. Some of them got shaved. You know, like you can see when they've shaved, But then they're talking about, where's your fringes? Out of all the things you could say to someone, where's your fringes?
And what Nate's pushing, as I've just saw recently on YouTube land, which we're all in that land. Nate, I think his daughter is getting married to some brother of his, and basically he says something to the effect of how he's looking or expecting them to stay together until old age.
Grow old together. Yeah, I saw that. So,
So that's what they're pushing. So when a guy like that, such as Nate, talk about how he wants to see his daughter and who his daughter's gonna get married to stay together until they're old age, until they're old. You know that he wants to stay here. He's not looking to get out of here. Because it tells you in the scriptures, it says that the captive loosened to be what is it? The captive that's in exile seeketh to be loosened.
Right.
So he's not seeking to be loosened out of captivity. He's looking to stay here, man.
And it says in Exodus 21, it says, the servant that doesn't want to be free from his master, it says, Lord, I don't want to leave. And then he gets bored through the ear, and then he stays a perpetual slave to his masters. To grow old. He don't think about the kingdom.
And too, and I want to say one thing. I want to say a couple of other things too, because when you look around the earth, man, there's so many phenomena that have been taking place prior, before the year that we're involved in right now, and more so now. There's going to be a blue moon coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, which is going to be also known as a super moon.
Yeah.
So these are all signs. These are all things that these camps can talk about, but they're not talking about signs concerning the end of the world, because really deep down, they're comfortable here. They want to stay here. And the leader of IUIC, he's not looking to come out of captivity, because he's actually made his hell heaven.
Yeah.
He's actually made hell his heaven, man.
It's true.
Okay, we're looking to get the hell out of here. That's what we're looking for. The real men of the Most High always prophesied and preached about the downfall of what paganistic empire they were under.
Basically,
okay.
they're talking about the law, man. That's all they ever talk about.
Yeah, that's all they talk about. They don't really go into end time prophecies. I mean, they may touch on it sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're a prophet of the Most High, you gotta touch on these things all the time, man.
All the time.
To hasten the day, the scripture says to hasten is coming. Go on, brother.
Luke 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Right, and that's IUI, the leader of IUIC. He's received his consolation already.
Yep.
Because if you're rich in this world, if the men of the Lord are rich in this world, how they gonna hasten his coming? I'm talking about the coming of the Messiah. If they're comfortable with it. So this is why it's a blessing that we're in an uncomfortable situation right now. And that's why the Most High put us in an uncomfortable situation. So that we don't get too caught up in the hype of this kingdom, man. You understand? Because this world can pretty much suck you in and have you believe that it's okay to be in this captivity, but it's not okay to be in this captivity. You see what's happening amongst our people. Our people are getting beat up, jumped, okay, by the police and stuff like that. Okay, and all kind of hell is happening on this planet because Esau's in power. You got the food that is being tampered with. We're breathing this polluted air and everything else that makes the society, uncomfortable for us. And we're in captivity most and foremost. So we're supposed to be seeking to be loosened out of this captivity. Okay, not trying to stay, not trying to make a way to fit in this world. We're here. The reason why we're in this truth is to be reconciled back to the Most High, and ultimately, on a physical level, that's why we look for the kingdom to come. Because when the kingdom is set up, we'll be free from bondage, and we'll be physically at peace with the Heavenly Father. And then the Heavenly Father will begin to express His love for His nation. That's what we look forward to.
Right.
All right, but you guys out there, man, in these different camps, hey, man, y'all ain't the men of the Lord because y'all ain't stepping it up. Okay, I mean, it's a good thing that you guys are preaching to Israelites, our people that did Israel. That's a good thing. However, you gotta preach the end of the world, man. Well, I understand they're not gonna do that because they're not the prophets that the Most High set up. As soon as the Jeremiah 23.
Plus they've been paid off.
Plus, most of them have been paid off and they've taken the 501c3 charter. All right, but at the same time, the real men of the Most High, man, they're gonna be seeking and hastening His coming. Because we're in the time of the coming of Yahushua, man.
Right.
All right, and it should excite brothers to see what's going on and then also when you come out in the highways and the byways, you preach about it. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to let the scriptures do the talking. Go on, brothers. Yeah.
Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offences contrary to the doctrine.
Yeah, so it says to mark them which cause division contrary to the doctrine, man. And that's why we get on these different guys out there. You got people on the comment boards on certain brothers' pages talking about how come you always talk about other camps and all of this other stuff, man. And even on this account that we're gonna put these videos up on, you got people talking about why you always talking about these other Israelite groups. Well, the Bible tells you to mark those which cause division contrary to the doctrine. And when you look at the word mark means scopeo. In other words, you're supposed to scope them out and put them on the forefront. That's a part of actually being a man of the Lord and teaching the word. Okay, and you can even get me that. There's another precept that you can get me as well, brother. Get me give me the one where it says reprove and rebuke before long suffering.
I'll go this little thing.
Okay, yeah, let me finish this though. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so Romans 16:17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offences contrary to the doctrine which
Because
ye
we
have
have
learned.
the 100% truth. Great Millstone has the 100% truth. And I'm not saying that, or I'm not just going to say I myself, because all of the brothers say that, beginning with the Apostle Ha. Okay? The truth of the matter is we have the 100% truth in what the Most High has blessed us through this Bible. All of these other camps, they don't have the 100% truth. That's why they don't have the confidence or the ability to even say that. Because they know deep down that there's chinks in their armor. Okay? But we have the complete truth, man. And we're going to teach according to as it is written. Thus save the Lord. Go on.
It says, and avoid them. It says, for they are such, serve not our Lord Yahushua
Right, because they're
Mashiach.
not teaching the complete truth. They're serving their own selves, man. They teaching for hire. They teaching to get paid. Or they're teaching for ratings. We're teaching because of the sincerity of our heart, man.
Right.
That's why we come out here in the cold. We come out here when it's super hot. We come out here, in some cases, when it's snowing. When our asses are being frozen out outside, we come out here, man. We do this. Go on.
It says, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts
Of the simple.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
And that's why it tells you in the book of Isaiah 30 that because see, certain men, certain prophets or the false prophets, they speak kind words so they can do just that, to deceive them. But if you're a real man of the Most High, you're not gonna speak, nicely. You're gonna speak rough and bold like we do in Great Millstone.
Yeah. Hold on.
You know what I mean? Okay, you agree that, bro. All right.
I'll go.
It doesn't matter. Whoever got a
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14.
Yeah.
That we henceforth be no more children,
Right.
tossed to and
I had
fro,
that as well.
and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Exactly, man. Because there's only one doctrine. There's only one belief. There's only one baptism, and the one baptism is being purified of the word of Yahweh Ba'al Shai. That's the only way. Okay, go on, brother.
Colossians 2 and
It's too late, brothers. You
Colossians
gotta let
2
the
and
brothers
8.
hit the scriptures.
So you're not finished.
I need to finish.
So that-
Yeah. For Ephesians 4:14, all right, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro,
Yeah.
and carried about with every wind of doctrine,
Right.
by the sleight of men,
Okay.